Hey guys, um, 5 fragrances for life. So I, I'm not saying that these are the fragrances that I'll like be definitely using for the rest of my life. But for now, I'm just following the trend like what YouTubers do. I have almost like 40 to 50 fragrances as of now. Some I have sold off. Some I want to sell. But the fragrances that I'm going to show you guys now, I will probably never sell. In fact, I'm planning to buy another bottle once I'm done using all these as of, and these are not in any particular order. These are just the fragrances that I can never get enough of. Let's put it that way. In no particular order. Um, First one, let's start with Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Extreme. Yeah, so this fragrance. If you've been watching my channel, I'm a big fan of Guerlain. Um, I find the fragrance is very high quality and very well blended as well. I'm like I'm never able to pick out the individual notes in their fragrances most of the time. It's so beautifully blended, and this is a very sensual fragrance. And the longevity is good. Like I could have mm, chosen the L'Oreal EDP as well, but that doesn't last that much on my skin as much as this lasts a very long time. This definitely has some that creaminess, and it's a very sensual fragrance as I mentioned, and it has it has a very addictive quality about it. I'm looking at Fragrantica now. So this one has plum, cinnamon, almond, pink pepper, tobacco, leather, patchouli, but I don't get any of those. I just get like, how do I say this? It's a very creamy fragrance. That much I can say. That is probably due to the almond, I think. But apart from that, I don't know. I can't pick out individual notes. It's so beautifully blended, and it's such a beautiful fragrance. If you like Guerlain, and it's underrated as well in my opinion, because I find Guerlain fragrances, mention not that much compared to other brands, except for a few YouTube channels, and yeah, I think they are a bit underrated, which is good. It makes the owners smell, relatively unique. Yeah. So next one, this one, Acquari Parma Colonia Oud. So I bought this fragrance a few months back, I think maybe 1 or 2 months back, and when I think you can watch my first impression video on this. I was a bit disappointed because of the rose in this fragrance. But after wearing it for almost a month or two, I find this fragrance to be absolutely beautiful. It's such a beautiful fragrance. Probably the most wearable oud fragrance I've ever come across. And I have lots of oud fragrances. It's not that I'm new to oud. I'm a big fan of oud. Oud adds that sensuality in a fragrance. But this fragrance this the oud in this is beautifully done. And the rose is not that, as in it's not, it's a very thin and transparent kind of rose, which adds sensuality to the fragrance. And the more I wear, the more I get addicted to this fragrance. It's such a beautiful, probably the best, probably the most versatile and wearable oud, I would say. Such a beautiful fragrance. If you like oud, and if you're looking for some kind of citrusy oud that you can wear throughout the year, I think there's some Mancera ones that will do that to you, but this is one hell of a fragrance. The next one, okay, so this was love at first sight to me. Bottega Veneta, love at first sniff. Sorry, Bottega Veneta, Glassy. Such a modern take on pine, and this is actually a leather fragrance as per Bottega Veneta. So it has leather and pine and I don't know what not. But I've never smelled anything like this. This doesn't resemble any any other fragrance that I own. It's a, let me go through the note breakdown. So this has Siberian pine, juniper, Calabrian bergamot, Canadian fir, clary sage, pimento, leather, patchouli, labdanum. I don't have a single fragrance that even resembles remotely to this fragrance. Such a unique fragrance, such a unique take on I think leather and pine combo. If you like such a, you should you must be a fan of green fragrances to like this, because it's a very green fragrance and very macho and mm, yeah, it's a beautiful fragrance. This is I can never get enough of this fragrance. Such a beautiful one. Will always be in my collection. And the next one is this one. My God, man, what can I say? Amber. Oh, Turkish fragrance houses, right? This is an Australian perfumer, Rase Fort, but his roots are is Turkish. And there's another Turkish house that I really like, which is Nishane. I have Sultan Vetiver, and I've tried few other fragrances. I'm a big fan of Nishane. So this Turkish fragrances have a certain depth. They are very what do you call that? Very strong and very potent. And this is like an extrait de parfum, and it lasts really long on my skin, 10 plus hours like easily. And it's such a sensual, addictive fragrance. This is probably my most worn fragrance in the past month or so. It's such a beautiful fragrance. If you guys like amber, you should try this. Fort Manley's amber, absolutely. And the last one, I don't have a bottle, I've ordered one, is Joe Boy's Incident Diplomatique. So this fragrance, what an addictive smell. So it has this smoky, boozy, vetiver, patchouli kind of a combination. So it is a very green smelling, and in the air it's so beautiful. Like I've never worn I never I don't think I have another vetiver patchouli fragrance that is so addictive, like in the air as much as this incident diplomatic. Such a beautiful fragrance. That's why I had to buy a bottle. I just placed the order day before yesterday, I think. Yeah, so I'll do an unboxing when I receive it. Yeah, so these are the five fragrances that I think as of now I will be using for the rest of my life. Like, yeah. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Bye bye.